a song.
What a song. What else is there to be said?
And well, all there is to be said is Feliz Navidad. Todos mis amantes hispanos, y viene 24 diciembre que expande. Mis 13 pulgadas de gordita, dulce de caime de rece todo, usted mancha. To all of our Hispanic fans.
So what does that actually mean?
That means a Merry Christmas to all my Hispanic lovers. Come December 24th. I'm going to expose my 13 inches.
Okay. All right. Wow. I'm sorry for that. I forgot to mention this earlier, but the thoughts, beliefs, and expressed opinions of Mark Tarosian do not go for the entire crew here at Two Guys One Couch. So anything he says does not reflect anything I think or any of our production crew as well. So on that note, we're going to dive into section 2. We got the bracket coming up here.
Is this right now?
We can start.
I say, why not? Let's dive in. So, like I said to all my fans, over there.
Okay. Anyways, all right. It's gonna be a 32 section bracket. It's gonna be the most annoying things in college we have here. There's gonna be a West and a Southeast bracket, and with the West, we're going to start. Do you want to read everything off before we go into it in the West? Do you want to read off the matchups before we start?
No, I'm going to ask you what side you want to go for.
Let's do it.
We'll break into it. And another fan hitting us up here.
You can just start.
All right, anyways, we are going, what side would you want? Would you want the West side? The West side? All right, and we're going to start it off right now with the 1 versus 16 seed. The intramural diehard in college against the dude that raises his hands in lectures and extends class to the full extent.
Wow. These are the I am diehard. For those of you that don't know, is the kid who played 1 or 2 sports in high school and now participates in every intramural sport possible. Wears Under Armour, 7 wristbands, his high school hat. Some old cleats, team colors.
Just a diehard.
Just doesn't know that he's not playing in the pros.
And I understand that. But 16 seed,
This might be the first time a 16 seed upsets the number 1.
Nothing pisses me off more than that nerdy kid that's raising his hand and he's just delaying class, just asking questions. Like, come on, let's get over it. I'm going to have to go out on a limb. I'm saying the I am diehard is more annoying to me because usually it's just a hack that has no talent that thinks he's really good.
That's what I'm going with.
All right, so we're going to pencil that in for the diehard.
The number 1, I am diehard, moves to the second round. Not
Below
surprising.
that, this is a big matchup. The 8 seed, the kid that has 3 beers and is drunk all over the place, against the 9 seeded, the big muscular dude that wears Affliction t-shirts to the bars.
Well, there's actually in Mount Pleasant, there's a lot of both of these. So there's no shortage on either side, so you can't say you haven't had your fair share of either. These Affliction shirts, I'm sorry, I don't understand why they're cool. You're a guy, you're wearing a shirt that is bejeweled, has skulls on it, and has the logo tatted from the top left to the bottom right like it's a New York Rangers jersey. I don't understand why they're cool. I could buy 8 shirts at Hollister for the cost of 1 Affliction t-shirt because it has the studded fake diamonds on it. Then there's the kid who has 3 beers. Now, are we talking about the kid that has 3 beers and thinks he's drunk and tells you that he's had 12 beers?
I believe that's going to come up later in the bracket. So this is just the kid that's had probably 3 beers and he's falling over, puking, doing all that. A fan wanted to write in Brad Howell. I guess you're getting called out. 3 beers. Steve German thinks it's more annoying. I'm going to go against Steve. I hate the Affliction tee thing.
I'm going to go with the Affliction tee.
So Affliction moves on, and that is at the Gund Arena in Cleveland, so you can check that one out.
I must say that the 3 beers kid, it's embarrassing enough that you've had 3 beers and you're puking. So you're not even going to win in the first round. You're upset as the 8 seed. Not a big upset, but an upset nonetheless.
This is one of my favorites. The sorority girl, very sexy sorority girl. A lot of sororities up here, but they'll only talk to the frat guys. That's the 5 seed. and going up against the 12-seeded Story Guy, who's always telling you about the night before, how wild his night was. And this one's being played at the Breslin Center in East Lansing. So
if the Story Guy was a 16 seed going against anyone in this tournament, that's my dark horse to win the tournament. Is Story Guy.
Story Guy.
No matter what you did, actually that's a different one. But we're gonna go. No matter what is going on, this kid always has some ridiculous story, how he walked from one end of town to the other, how he got kicked out of the bar.
It's always modified, too. You know, it's only like half of what really happened.
And he'll tell you a story, and then he'll tell me a story.
I hate that.
And half of it will be totally different. I cannot stand that guy.
This is
the sorority girl who only dates frat guys is very annoying. But not as annoying.
The Story Guy. Story Guy, that's a 12-5 upset. You see that every year in March
Madness.
Story Guy
can make a deep run.
He can make a run.
I like the 12-seeded Story Guy.
This is another one. This is the 4 versus 13 seed. This is played at the U.S. Airways Center, and this is going to be. Chill out. Don't be going peeking here. The 4-seeded girl who tells you she's a virgin because she doesn't want to sleep with you against the 13-seeded guy that's too cool to buy a cup, so he's just going to steal one from you.
At a kegger?
At a kegger. At a party. House party.
As annoying as it is that the girl tells you a virgin because she doesn't want to sleep with you, it's also on you if you're so lame that she's using such a horrible line on you to not have to sleep with you. The kid who's too cool to buy a $5 cup that could probably get you much more beer than you're going to be able to buy for $5 anyways, just to be that rebel. I don't think there's kids that will bring more than one cup to a party, different colored cups, just so they're outfitted with the proper cup for that party.
And there's also the guys that bring like a 40-pack and try to sell them at your party, which is really annoying too. Like, I can't stand those guys.
I'm going with the 13 over the 4.
You're going with the 13?
Can't buy a cup guy.
You're going with the 13 over the 4?
Going with the 13 over the 4.
You know, if you're a virgin, congrats, and you go to Central, because we know there's none here. So I'm as well going to go with the Steal a Cup. That's more annoying because, you know.
That's just
we got it, so Steal a Cup. It's going to be the 6-seeded, the dude in the Madden chair. That's, he'll sit there and tell you, you know, throw to X, throw to circle, whatever. Going up against your shitty roommate who does nothing. And I would like to inform all the fans that this one will be played at the Georgia Dome next week. So
the West will be played at the Georgia Dome. Actually, since it's in the Southeast is other bracket, you think that would go over there.
Yeah,
but anyways,
maybe not.
As long as you're living with more than 2 roommates, the one shitty kid that doesn't do anything really isn't going to be that big of a deal. Yes, it's annoying at the same time, and someone just opened the door. At the same time, what are we going up here again?
The Madden guy.
Oh my God.
That is the worst. I hate
that guy.
You know, he's
the guy who is sitting behind you, watching you play your dynasty, your franchise, and happens to tell you that, that circle was open. When you threw it to Randy Moss over the top, Wes Welker on the slant was open. If you had vision like this guy, you'd win every game 75-0. There's a reason why you're not playing the game, because no one wants you to play it. Madden guy. No questions.
Without a doubt. This one's a little easier as we're coming up on our time. It's the 3-seeded, the douchebag frat guy, going against the 14-seeded kid that comes over and
douchebag frat guy. It doesn't matter what you put up against this, except for Story Guy. And the douchebag frat guy.
That one's going to be playing at the RCA.
All right. Anyways,
the 7 dude that's always the 7-seeded guy who's always talking about his unit or how well endowed he is goes up against the Dale boy with the earrings. You know, the earrings.
Wow.
Upper ear.
The 710.
I have this cool tongue ring for all the ladies, so I can give.
All right. Can we call this a draw? This is a real.
I'm going with the earring guy. I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm one of the guys that loves to talk about how big my unit is.
That's true. I'll take the earring guy.
So we're as
earring
well
guys
the
out.
earring guy.
Yeah.
And for the last one before this segment ends, it's the pardon my language, the girl that is too tan going up against the 15-seeded guy in class who's always trying to be funny.
The tan girl. It's cool in the summer when you look like you're tan because you could be tan.
Right, but when it's 20 degrees out and you're darker than Kwame Kilpatrick, we know that you're down the street at Image Sun doing your Mystic Tans and all that. So that's going to conclude the segment. Come back to Two Guys on Couch for the exciting second part of the tournament.
Be right back.